Finally this hour, it's the first Friday of the new year, and this morning we have a special edition of your can't miss list. We're taking a look at some of the hottest films coming out across the whole of 2026. Ralphie Aversa, host and producer of USA Today's Entertain This podcast, joins me now with more. Ralphie, Happy New Year. Great to see you.
Happy New Year.
I'm actually wanting to watch more movies in 2026 because my son says I get no pop references. So let's start with some of the films that are coming out in the next few months. What can we expect?
I love when our kids are just so brutally honest and just put us right in our place.
Exactly.
I have a 2.5-year-old and he does the same, although he's looking forward to some of the films on this list as well. Maybe not the early releases. One of the big ones at least we want to point out as far as this list is concerned is The Moment. Now, this is a mockumentary that's starring Charlie XCX. She plays a pop star, which of course she is in real life anyways, gearing up for her big moment, her first ever arena tour. So perhaps she's inspired some of this, especially after her highly successful album Bratz, I guess so. But a lot of people are talking about this because, you know, Charlie obviously coming off of that aforementioned album really threw her career on a whole nother trajectory. So, Wuthering Heights, a part of the early slate as well. This MJ biopic, which has been in the headlines for so many different reasons. Steph Curry animated film GOAT, which I believe comes out on NBA All-Star Weekend, which is also Valentine's Day weekend. And then this Mario Brothers movie is really interesting, too. So Super Mario Brothers, which came out in 2023, it was the first ever film based off of a video game to gross over $1 billion. Yes, billion with a B. And so, of course, when you have a box office success to that magnitude, you're going to have a sequel. We'll get one this year. Most of the main voices, including Chris Pratt, reprising their roles for this one. And this particular movie is based off of Super Mario Galaxy, which is, a video game, of course, in the Mario franchise.
You talked about Wuthering Heights. I want to explore that a little bit more. Starring Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, it's the latest in a long line of adaptations of the novel, which some described as unfilmable. What can you tell us about this version?
Yeah, as you mentioned, there's been so many different adaptations of it, and so I think, right off the bat, you're wondering, well, what angle will this be and how will they kind of tackle this story? But then, of course, the cast as well, with Jacob and Margot, I think that has also gained a lot of attention. And then, of course, if you talk about some of the different reports happening on set and in post, again, a lot of these things, we've seen this with other movies, certainly throughout 2025, where a movie gets pressed for maybe the right reasons, maybe the wrong reasons. Will it help it out at the box office? Not necessarily. I think that's maybe one of the things we definitely learned when it came to films in 2025. Not all press is good press.
Yes, we know that. So these movies that you've given us, they should get me through spring. Let's talk about the summer blockbuster season. It starts May 1st, and it is filled with franchises, or at least it seems. What are the standouts to you?
Yeah, Hollywood loves its familiar stories. It loves its IPs, intellectual property that, of course, they can license and relicense and do the sequels and the remakes and so on and so forth. And one of those sequels, right off the bat, Devil Wears Prada 2. So, of course, the novel that came out in 2003, that led to the film in 2006. Then there was a follow-up novel written in 2013. And now, about 20 years after that original film, we are getting the sequel. We're getting all the main players as well, with Meryl Streep and Anne Hathaway and Emily Blunt, and, of course, Stanley Tucci. We're getting some new cast members in this one also, including Justin Theroux. He's in there. Helen J. Shen is in this, who I loved on Broadway in Maybe Happy Ending. And some reports that Lady Gaga has a role in this, too. So will be great to see Gaga back on the silver screen. Again, Devil Wears Prada 2. It's been so cool as well, Jessica, to see, all of the different photos and the fanfare as they film this throughout our area. They film scenes at the Newark airport. They've been filming in Midtown, not too far from 30 Rock, actually. And so, yeah, this is a highly anticipated one coming out later this year. I believe we're slated for May 1st.
It's actually number one on my list. I can't wait. Florals for spring, groundbreaking. Let's talk about the holiday season. I know that we're a year away and some people might hate me for rushing the year, but I'm hearing that there's already anticipation for some holiday movies set to come out in 10 months.
Yeah, the holiday season, obviously, as it's proved, it's always the biggest time of year, or at least one of the big, that in summer, really, for the box office. And so, yeah, obviously, you look at those titles. I mean, Jumanji, Hunger Games, Dune. Jessica, whether you're watching films or not, you certainly know what those franchises are, at least. You have some basic understanding if you follow anything pop culture. And Dune 3 specifically, I love that we're going to get that around the holiday season. I don't know if we necessarily need another Dune film or not, but is it really the holiday season without another Timothée Chalamet film? No, I don't think it is. Of course, Marty Supreme came out this past Christmas, and that is receiving a lot of award season buzz as we gear up towards the Golden Globes. So we'll see how Dune 3 does. Dune 2, received some Oscar nominations, and so Dune 3, of course, on that holiday slate for later this year.
Always okay with more Timothée Chalamet. Okay, when we look at your entire can't miss list for this week, what is the one that we cannot miss?
Oh boy! Well, again, my aforementioned 2.5-year-old, probably that we're looking at this week. So that Toy Story film is coming out this summer. I believe it's Toy Story 5. My 2.5-year-old's up to Toy Story 2. So I would say for us in this household, that would certainly be on our can't miss list. And then the Odyssey. Let's talk about that for a second. That is also coming out this summer. $250 million budget. You got, of course, Matt Damon in that one and Anne Hathaway. An incredible cast. Robert Pattinson, Lupita Nyong'o, Zendaya, and Tom Holland. Not sure if they were a package deal or not. But yeah, this one is gaining a lot of buzz as well. I mean, anything that Christopher Nolan does gains a lot of buzz. And then you throw this star power into it as well. I would say that would be the one of all of these that really, really grabbed my attention.
All right, good to know. Ralphie Aversa, you've given me some great ideas for my New Year's resolution to relax more and become cooler in the pop culture references with movies and TV.
Don't listen to the kids. You're cool already, Jess, please.
So are you. Thanks, Ralphie. Great to have you. Happy New Year.